Is XRP really about to start its most hated rally ever? For the past few months, XRP has been one of the most criticized and doubted cryptocurrencies in the market. Prices have fallen, sentiment has turned bearish, and many investors have already lost patience. But according to some respected market analysts, this period of pain might actually be the calm before a powerful storm. In this video, we are going to break down why a crypto pundit believes XRP could be on the verge of what he calls the most hated rally ever, how historical accumulation patterns support this claim, what others analysts are seeing on the charts, and what this could mean for the market moving forward. So, why has XRP been struggling over the past few months? XRP has been under heavy bearish pressure over the last 3 months, mirroring the broader crypto market's downturn. After failing to hold the psychological $2 level, XRP dropped to around $1.84, marking a 34% decline in the fourth quarter of 2025. This decline came as the overall crypto market entered a consolidation phase after a sharp sell-off that pushed many assets to new local lows. For many investors, XRP's price action felt especially disappointing because expectations were already high following legal clarity and ETF-related optimism earlier in the year. From a market impact perspective, prolonged weakness often shakes out weak hands, reduces leverage, and resets sentiment. While painful in the short term, this environment can sometimes prepare the ground for stronger, more sustainable rallies. So, what is the accumulation pattern that analysts are watching? Market analyst Steph, also known as Steph is Crypto, has pointed to a recurring accumulation pattern in XRP's historical price action. So, here's the chart. Accumulation occurs when a large investors quietly build positions, while prices move sideways or slowly decline, often during periods of boredom and pessimism. According to Steph, this pattern has appeared multiple times in XRP's history, and each time it preceded a massive upward move. The key takeaway here is that accumulation doesn't look exciting. Prices don't explode immediately. Instead, the market appears weak, frustrating, and directionless. Exactly the conditions that often push retail investors to sell early. From a market impact standpoint, accumulation phases often transfer tokens from emotional sellers to patient buyers, setting the stage for future volatility to the upside. So, how did this pattern play out between 2015 and 2017? The first major accumulation phase Steph highlighted occurred between early 2015 and early 2017. During this period, XRP experienced frequent price dips and an extended consolidation structure that tested investor patience. Things became even worse between fourth quarter of 2016 and first quarter of 2017 when XRP fell sharply from 0.00885 to 0.005. At the time, sentiment was extremely negative, and many believe XRP had lost relevance. However, this drop pushed XRP into a strong support zone, where buyers finally step in. What followed was nothing short of historic. XRP went on an explosive rally, ultimately reaching an all-time high of $3.31 in January 2018. Market impact insight is this cycle demonstrated how deep pessimism in strong support zones can act as fuel for aggressive bullish reversals. So, what happened during the 2023 to 2024 accumulation phase. The second accumulation phase unfolded between mid-2023 and late 2024. Just like before, XRP moved sideways for months, with intermittent pullbacks that discourage short-term traders. From August 2024, the downtrend intensified once again, dragging XRP from 0.62 to 0.50 by November 2024. This drop triggered widespread fear, but it also marked another critical accumulation zone. Soon after, XRP shocked the market with a powerful rally, climbing to $3.4 by January 2025. From a market impact perspective, this reinforced the idea that XRP tends to rally hardest after long periods of consolidation and sharp final sell-off, especially when most investors least expect it. So, is XRP entering another accumulation phase right now? According to Steph's analysis, XRP entered yet another accumulation phase after peaking at $3.4 in January 2025. Since then, price action has been dominated by sideways movement, interrupted by occasional declines. However, starting in October 2025, selling pressure intensified once more, pushing XRP down from $2.8 to $1.84. This mirrors the final stages of previous accumulation patterns, where a sharp drop occurs before a strong rebound. Steph believes this setup is nearly complete, stating boldly that the most hated XRP rally is about to start. As for the market impact, if this pattern repeats, current prices could represent a high-risk, high-reward zone, where volatility sharply increases in the months ahead. So, what are other analysts saying about XRP's next move? Other analysts are echoing similar optimism. Chart nerds suggest that XRP is currently in the middle of an ABC corrective reset, a common technical structure before trend continuation. Notably, XRP has flipped the $1.8 to $2 range from resistance into support, a technically bullish development. Meanwhile, XRP community voices like Zach Rector argue that the groundwork for a rally may already be in place. He points to the end of the SEC lawsuit, the launch of XRP ETF, and the potential passage of the Clarity Act as major catalyst that could drive renewed institutional interest. So, the market impact is when technical signals align with improving fundamentals, markets often experience strong directional moves. And finally, my own personal opinion about this is that XRP is currently sitting at a critical crossroads. History shows that XRP tends to reward patience, especially during moments when confidence is at its lowest. The similarities between past accumulation phases and today's market structure are hard to ignore. That said, no rally is guaranteed. Markets can remain irrational longer than investors expect. But if sentiment flips and volume returns, XRP could once again surprise both supporters and critics alike. The idea of a most hated rally makes sense because the strongest rallies often begin when belief is weakest. For those watching XRP, the coming months may prove to be far more important than they appear right now. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one.